Hello, everyone. My name is Marion with DTM Real Talk Channel. It's the channel that you can tune into, have the ability to listen to the thoughts of others about topics all over the world that touch every one of our lives. Everybody goes through basically the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. So if you're going through, someone else has already been there. Maybe you can find hope. Maybe it's a pathway that can set you on the right road just by tuning in. So DTM Real Talk, just keeping it real. And if you like it, like us at the bottom, subscribe, and let us know just how we helped you. Just keeping it real. Nothing but love. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here tonight. Can't even believe that it's 3 days before Christmas. 3 days. This is the time of the year where we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. But more than anything, let's celebrate his death and resurrection. So you be safe out there. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. And remember that Jesus is truly the reason for this season. Now listen to Dr. Butler as he chimes in and help us to understand how to embrace our aging parents, how to be compassionate, how to be patient, because one day, if the Lord allows, you'll be that aging parent as well. Good morning, good evening, good noon, and good night. This is DTM Real Talk, and we're just keeping it real this evening. How are you? For my special guest tonight, Dr. Butler is back. Say hi to the good folks out there.
Hey, everybody. So glad to see y'all right here on DTM Real Talk. Let's keep it real.
Yes. Hopefully you guys chimed in last week and the week before. Whew. If this is your first time, y'all, I'm just getting in. If this is your first time chiming in, please like, share, and subscribe. Share the channel with all your family and friends. Something that's said may help you, may encourage you, just may be what you needed to hear. So thank you so much. Okay, we've been talking about these past few months about family issues and spouses, children, everything. Y'all go back and check it out. Lots of good stuff to help you to be able to live. And tonight, we want to just talk briefly about aged parents. Dr. Butler, talk to us about what some of the things that our parents go through as they're aging and they get up there 70, 80, maybe even 90. I don't know. What are some of the well, my parents died early. My dad passed at 73, my mother passed at 84. And my mother's mother, my grandmother, she passed, I believe, at 86. Oh, who's calling me? She passed at 86 years old. So
Oh, wow.
one of the things that they experience. Matter of fact, I went to a funeral today, and the lady was a beautiful lady. I actually helped to prearrange her funeral with her family, and they were very grateful and thankful for that. She was 91.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very sharp the lady was. But anyway,
Oh, that's
talk to
wonderful.
speak to what are some of the things that are feelings that our aged parents experience as they are aging so that we can be aware as children, adult children.
One of the things that aged parents have to deal with, and this is not communicated very well to their children's to their children or grandchildren at all, is there's a decline of and a loss of independence. Um, we are always upset when someone takes something that belongs to us. We take pride in having our own money, our own house, our own car, our own abilities, our own talents, our own shows, our own whatevers. And we sometimes do a poor job of preparing ourselves for the losses that are going to occur. And if I need to drill down into some of these, but some of these losses have to do with how, first of all, nobody really prepares you for a midlife crisis as a man, or when you have to go through menopause as a woman. You know, these are things that make you think you're actually going insane. the people around you think there's something that's seriously wrong with you. You
Right.
go through chronic pain and illness. Now, you used to be able to get sick, still go to work, and you once you get to a certain age, it takes longer for your body to recover from aches, pains, failures, and things that happen, and you have a limit of finances. So you don't want to ask your kids or put them into your business. You were always able to keep things to yourself and look great, and now everything that happens to you sometimes is able to be leaked out amongst them. It's very embarrassing. It can be very humbling, and it's something that we are probably very grossly unprepared to deal with as Americans.
Wow. Okay. So what are some of the feelings that you think, well, you did name a few, but so when those things start to happen, how do you think the children feel? Adult
Uh,
children.
Yes, some of the adult children who are seeing their parent go through whatever the challenges are, it's a mixture. Some of the parents have actually spoiled their children. So they've
Mm.
created a relationship where the parent now, as a part of the relationship, has to always do for the child, regardless of their age. That is a dangerous situation to be in because the child now is woefully inept and unable to really contribute to caring and supporting for their parent. Your parent care for, support, give to, and pour into you. And when your parents get older, you now have a duty, a responsibility to try to see what you can do to support, care for, give into, and financially honor them according to the Bible.
Mm.
So the children sometimes have struggles with that if they haven't been taught, but some children actually desire to want to help. And sometimes it depends on the relationship they have with their parents. It will control how much they're able to care and if they care at all.
Wow. Wouldn't that be like a sense of enabling, even as an adult child?
Yes, sometimes, and the enabling goes both ways.
Okay.
Sometimes the parents are so used to saying, "I'm fine, I got it, I'm fine, I got it, I'm fine, I got it," and they actually do need help. Many, especially baby boomers, they grew up in a time where you had to be strong. You couldn't show weakness, and so many of them need help and don't know how to ask for help. And so the kids, they said, "Well, I asked." And they see that there's a visible need, but they don't know how to break the barrier of, well, this is her will or his will, and I don't want to break into that. Well, they could be enabling them. And this is the thing, all older parents need the support of their kids. We're supposed to be a family, collaboratively working towards one another. And that's one of the reasons why most family groups and most racial cultures have not created a wealth management system like the Jews have. They actually train from birth that you must pour into your family and how this structure actually works. And then they not only talk it, they actually do it as a community. And that's why every single country, one of the wealth groups that they have for elite wealth management is always Jewish people.
Right, right. I agree with that. I've read it. Wow. Okay, I had a question to come in, and I'm going to read it to you, and it was related to that, and that was the only one. So we're going to address that one, and you can dig into a little bit deeper into it if you desire.
Right.
It says, Dear Dr. Butler, I am trying to support my aged widow parent. He seems to be doing well until I come around. When I come around, he starts complaining about all types of issues. Why is that? I don't think I do a good job supporting him. Please help.
Okay. Well, one of the things that may help is sometimes they have a problem and you're not aware of it. We think because we're related to someone or we're closely related to them that we understand them, and that's not true. Only God knows us very well. Most of the time, we can have relatives that don't understand our inner needs, and some things can go unministered to for years. So it may help if the person's capable to do a quick mental health assessment on them. It can be done in one day, and they just need to be assessed And many times if they have insurance, it doesn't cost any out-of-pocket expense. It will tell you if something's wrong with them. For example, whenever you meet someone and you're talking to them on this level, but they're responding to you on this level, that by definition says there's trauma. There is some kind of traumatic thing that's happened to this person, and you are either someone that they feel close enough to start letting out inner things that are coming out in a high level volume, or you may be triggering something that is reminding them of a traumatic event that's still causing it to come out in a traumatic way. And to keep in mind that people who suffer trauma, no matter where the trauma came from, no matter what it's related to, they can go 100 hours of pouring out how they feel, what they're frustrated about, griping about stuff that's not related until it really empties out of them. So you need to be patient with them and really look at their behavior and not just get angry at the words that they're saying.
Wow. That's
Um,
insightful. Yeah. So what if this is I know they didn't ask this question, but I am. What if the parent is not willing to cooperate when it comes to getting an assessment?
then what you do is you go and talk to someone on their behalf. You go and say, hey, I'm noticing these behaviors. They're going to ask you, what were you talking about? They're going to ask you where that person grew up. They're going to ask you if you know of any life-changing or life-altering situations that they've been in. Many very, very prideful parents do not like to be cared for by their kids. They feel like I'm superior to my kid. I don't want my kid cleaning me up or changing me or helping me to get in a. But if it's an ultimate stranger, it can be a home health professional. Have no problem whatsoever. But they've
That
built
makes
a
a lot of
relationship.
sense.
Yeah, they built a relationship where they were always, making, they would always seen in a uplifted, pedestalized situation with you, and now they're not ready to let go of that yet. And so when you come around and have to help them, it makes them feel belittled. It makes them feel, devalued, and that might take a while for them to get out of. But if you have no choice, what you have to do is learn the language, how to talk to a person when they feel devalued and still show them how they can be valued while you're helping them in a situation of need.
Wow. Okay. I hope you got that. This came in a little while today. So I hope that that was very helpful. It was actually helpful to me, very helpful to me, even though I don't have my parents, I do have people that I can apply those same principles to and with. Okay. Well, believe it or not, we have no more questions for tonight. I need y'all to just keep them coming. Keep them coming. Dr. Butler, is it anything you'd like to, a nugget, a really good nugget that you would like to throw out there at the good folks until next week?
Well, the first thing I would like to share is something I put on Facebook this week, and I was thinking about it. You stirred this up when you were asking me this question.
Oh, you know what?
Was
I think it was. I think I
you
like
stirred
it. Wait a minute.
one of the one
Go
of the
ahead.
things I wanted to say was we don't really see life as we don't see life as it is. We see it as we are.
Mhm,
And many times we walk into situations, we look at it with our own logic. And
mhm.
even God tells us, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding.
Right.
Things as we see it are not always what there is alone. I put a mathematical equation, 3 times 3
Uh-huh.
minus 3 divided by 3 plus 3.
Uh-huh.
And people had all these different answers and stuff out there. But the issue is if you do it from left to right, you're going to be thinking that the answer is 5, because if you do it from left to right, that's what you come up with. But
Mhm.
when you're dealing with math, there is a pattern, there's a rule on how all math must be done. It's called PEMDAS, PEMDAS, and it tells you what order to do. Do the parentheses first, then do the exponents, then you do multiplication, then you do
Mm.
division, then you do the addition and the subtraction. So if you do the multiplication and division first, then you're going to wind up with 11. And so it's a test to let us know that things are not always what they look like on surface
Mm.
value. When we're dealing with God, sometimes our knowledge, our limited little knowledge, makes us think that things equal a certain value. Sometimes when we're helping people, we're okay with the way we're helping into somebody else's life. But God wants us not to learn our way to helping people, but we want to learn His way of understanding people, of loving them, and being able to carry out God's legacy of ministering to a person. That's when we find their pulse, we find their need, we find their depth, and what we do in them, to them, with them, and through them to help them become what God might intend for them to be. Oh, would the world be a lot better if we spent more time learning what God has in store for that person, so that we can assist God in doing that impact in their life, than what we want to do or what we're gifted at doing, on how we can glorify ourselves, or how we can look in an image so that we might be able to help this lowly person who might need our gift. So it is that mindset that God wants us to have that makes us truly nurses in the hospital of the kingdom of God, lining up people. I mean, the church has been disgraced because of a lack of image. People come to church to see God, and then they run into us. Yeah, talk about a bait and switch and false advertising. But last but not least, this is the thing. When you realize that the church is actually a hospital, then you expect to see sick people there. You expect to see damaged people there. And then all the workers are just nurses trying to line them up to see Dr. Jesus. And that makes perfect sense. And not only that, but who doesn't know a sick person? Who doesn't know a hurting person? Who doesn't know a person who has a need? Those people would be lining up to get to the hospital, especially when there's no cover charge. You can walk in the door for free because Jesus paid it all.
Okay. and this is DTM Real Talk, and we're just doing what?
Keeping it real, y'all.
Keeping it real. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for watching DTM Real Talk. Be sure to join us for more conversation. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe while you're there.